Hello everyone, hope you are all well. In today's learning session, that is learning session number 7, we will understand the animation features of Storyline 360. So let's begin. So our last session was based upon understanding the transition features, and for today's session our focus will be on the animation part. But in order to do some animation part on our slide, I first need to include some items in it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click on my slide and then I will go to the insert tab and then I will go to the shape option and then I can select let's say I want to insert a triangle and I want to insert another triangle. So I can copy it and by control V I can paste it. So now I have two simple triangles that have a basic shape, nothing fancy, because the purpose of our session is to make the basics clear and then we can process and move forward towards the advanced features of Storyline project itself. So now we have two basic triangles, and what we can do is that we can change the color of these triangles so that we can see the difference when we apply different animations on them. So for the first triangle, we have selected it and now we can go to the format tab and let's give it a color green. And for the second triangle, let's give it a color of, I think this one is fine. And then now we have two basic shapes that can help us to understand the animation features of the Storyline software. So let's go to the tab. So now as you can see that it is all disabled because we have no object selected on our slide. So first what we are going to do is we are going to select the triangle number 1. And then the first option is that animations painter. So this is, as you can see, that it is an advanced option. So for the purpose of today's session, our first focus will be on the basics and then we will go back to the animation painter as well. For our triangle number 1, we can select the none option in the entrance animation option. And then we can select an option and I am just selecting the zoom option. As you can see that there is a little update with the triangle, and this is basically an indication that the animation has been applied to the respective object. So now I can select the duration and let's keep it to 50 seconds, and then I can have the effect options as well. So I want the animation to have a center approach, so I will select the first option. So for our second triangle, we can have an exit animation. So let's see what options do we have. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna select the none option in the exit animation option. And as you can see that I have a lot of option here as well. And let's just select the bounce one. And then I'm gonna increase the duration to 1 minute. And as you can see that there is no effect options for this one, but there is an effect option of bounce on the exit animation. The next option in the animation feature is the add motion path, but right now it is disabled. So I will enable it by clicking my first triangle and then I will go back to the drop down option. And now I have three types of motion path that I can select, but I will be keeping myself to the basic one. So I will select the line one. And now as you can see in the slide that it is gonna show me that it is having a motion path, and this is the starting point and this is the ending point. And the good thing is that I can always tweak it. So for example, if I want to change the duration, I can do this by dragging it. So as you can see, the more I drag and the direction I drag, it works the same. But for now, I think I will keep it straight and simple as a line. So that works for today. And then I can have a duration for that as well. So let's decrease the duration to 150. And then I can also name it, but I'm not gonna name my portion path for now. Another interesting option in motion path is that we can have a path option. So if we click on this option, you can see that we can have directions, we can have origins, we can have easing, we can have different paths, and we can also have different x and y coordinates, and we can also adjust the width and height of our objects. The last option that we have in our animation tab is that we can preview the animations we have on our objects in our slides. So let's go to the preview option and we will go to the slide so that we can see the effect of the transitions we have asked the software to take place when the user clicks on this slide. So we will click on this slide. As you can see that we had two triangles, and the way they acted and the way they behaved based upon the motion path and the animations that we decided for them is giving us a clear idea that we can always go back and we can either edit them or we can keep them as it is. So this ends today's learning session that was focused on giving an insight in the animation feature of Storyline 360. I hope you liked watching today's content, and if you like, please consider subscribing. And I will see you with more learning content. Thank you and bye bye.